Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I am that dude, Bodkins. Patty to patty. It's ridiculous. No way. There's nobody else out there. He's your guy. Give a big round of applause for the one and only Bodkin Show. I'm going to repeat that again, folks. I didn't stutter. Welcome to the Bodkins Show. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another great episode of the Bodkins Show. I am that dude, Bodkins. This is our lovely Thursday show. You guys know what it is. We're going to talk about all the things happening in sports, mainly the NBA playoff preview, because the NBA playoffs are finally here. That's right. My Bulls won last night. I may come around and like this play-in game tomorrow if they win tonight. And at least win 2 games against the Bucks. Can we get 2 games against the Bucks? We'll find out if they can win, if they can beat the Heat tomorrow night. Speaking of Florida, speaking of Miami, you guys know who joins us every Thursday. None other than my Puerto Rican brother, Johnny Cruz. Johnny, what's up, my man?
What's going on, man? It's interesting that you'll get into the play-in if the Bulls win. I'm excited to see what happens, man. It's been a lot of fun so far. I'm anxious to see how these playoffs wind up going, man. It's gonna be fun.
It is, and before I get started, we got to talk about my Sunday show. Please check that out if you haven't already. The legendary coach Steve Schofield joined me. Johnny, I can honestly say I've interviewed pro players, former coaches. But that might have been my funnest interview I've done with somebody, maybe because you just got that history of somebody that knows you for over 20 years, and it was a lot of fun. If you haven't checked that one out, please check that out. That's on iTunes, Apple Podcasts as well, and you can check it right here on the Bodkin Show and the Let's Talk Sports Network as well. So it was a lot of fun on Sunday nights, about 45 minutes, and me and the old ball coach finally told me, hey, I just wasn't quite good enough, you know.
He can be real now after 20 years, right?
It was a good time. I told him, I said, if he would have put me in the game, I could have been on ESPN and said I'm here in my basement doing this show with you. So, here we are. Somebody who's always good enough. Welcome back to the program. We got to talk our Warriors. We're going to be talking NBA playoffs. So we got to bring in the defending champion's biggest fan, the lovely Gina. Oh, shit, it didn't hit click.
What's going on now?
What up, guys? Gina repping the Bay.
Gina, how's it going? How's life been since the last time we spoke?
I'm doing great. I am enjoying NBA playoffs. Go Warriors!
Let's start there. Warriors, your Warriors, they got no easy task. They got the Kings, the 3 seed in the Kings. What do you like here in this first matchup here with your Kings? With the Warriors and Kings.
Yeah, so as defending champs, we are the 6th seed. I believe last season we walked into the playoffs being the 3rd seed. First things first, so there's an Interstate 80 that links us to Sacramento, right? From San Francisco to Sac, and which is the capital of California. So it's really exciting, right? All of the teams in California are in the playoffs. We've secured all the seeds in the playoffs. Well, Lakers getting in. But we are there. And what I love about we call the I-80 playoff series is Sacramento, right? Almost 2 decades of not being in the playoffs. And this is the first time the Warriors are playing Sac in the playoffs. So, this is kind of monumental in a sense. And it's going to be interesting because I think we are going to see quite a few, Bay Area or NorCal, natives and, residents at both arenas, right? You're going to see it flooded, just so many. So we're going to see exactly how it's going to be divided up,
Yeah, I feel bad for the Kings. 20 years here. They finally get into the playoffs, and then they draw the defending champions. Tough task here. I love this Kings team. The good young team. I'm a Keegan Murray fan, obviously, from his days at Iowa. De'Aaron Fox has really come on and been that dude. Sabonis is, I think, one of the most underrated players in the league, and a great big man. Unfortunately, it is the Warriors, and how do you beat that big three? They got the experience. They've been there, done that. I got to ask you, what the hell's been going on with Wiggins? Because he's going to be the key. I think he's the key.
Yeah, so, Wiggins being out on the personal matter, we found out that his dad had been really sick. And just, to keep it a stack, he was injured for a portion of the beginning of the season. So we didn't really get to see that, dynamic part of him that we saw towards the end of the season and during the championship part of the playoffs and obviously in the finals. So there are some question marks, obviously. Is he going to be prepared? Is he good? How's he going to perform? Pause. In the, playoffs. I thought he was going to be playing at least the last couple of games, against the Kings and against the Blazers, which he did not.
To get ramped up for the playoffs, right? Like, that's what I thought was going to happen too, but it looks like he's at practice today is what I was reading.
Yes, doing the 3-on-3s, doing the now 5-on-5s and things like that. So the game's Saturday. And yeah, I like the Kings. I see Jesus, one of my viewers from my podcast, is in there. Go Warriors. Appreciate you for tuning in. And I think I see someone, Whiskey Sports Podcast.
That's Tanner.
Yeah, what up?
Jesus, I about called you Jesus, but there is no Keegan Murray slander on my podcast, man. Sorry. There will be no Keegan Murray slander.
There's always going to be someone with slander. I actually, when I was doing my very first podcast ever, I was doing some little, I guess you could say, reporting for Sacramento Kings, personal reporting. And because I was doing all NorCal. And so I had to keep an eye on the Kings, right? And Dante DiVincenzo was on the Kings last season, right? And so we picked him up. And when the Kings drafted Keegan, and he did really well in the summer league. So I noticed he was going to make an impact on the Kings. So yeah, I don't think he's overrated, Jesus. I think he is really good, I have to say. But yeah, it's definitely a formidable team. It's going to be a great matchup. We do have, as the Warriors, Los Warriors, man, we are going to have a very interesting matchup with defense because, as you know, the Warriors had highly recognizable rows with defense, with, just in general. But, being that we are NorCal, going 90 miles up the road, it could be like a home game because, like I said, the fans travel not too far, just up I-80. Can it be reminiscent of a home game? Who knows?
The Kings, the Kings haven't been there in 20 years, but if you remember back in the day, that place was rocking. It's kind of like the Oracle was, right? Like that small arena, the banging of the lighting of the beams. They had cowbell. Right. That place absolutely went nuts, and I expect it to be nuts even on Saturday.
The ticket prices were insane. So, the taxes I think were like $2,500 on a 40,000 ticket or some shit like that. I don't know, but yeah. So we suck on defense on the road, right? We're like bottom 3. At home, we're like top 3 in defense. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So how we play now, we're a different animal in the playoffs.
Why on the offense? Why is it like that on the road? Why were they so atrocious on the road? Like, is there a reason other than they're just that bad on the road?
If I could put my finger on it, because we would like to know as well as fans, there's some kind of disconnect with the chemistry. And a lot of people want to say, a lot of outsiders want to say, oh, it's because Draymond punched Jordan Poole, you know?
But they're playing the same guys at home, so that can't be. It can't be. They don't make any sense.
That's why I disagree.
Same team, road and home, so chemistry can't be it.
Their lockers are right next to each other, right? That's what's crazy. I don't think it's that. I think it's just something to do with maybe the way the chemistry is on the road. I don't know. It just doesn't connect on the road. Maybe they're not hanging out with each other on the road like they do at home. I don't know. It's different than last year. It's so weird.
I don't get the vibe that last year I picked them to win the finals all the way. I said I had them from day one into the playoffs. I said I had the Warriors and the Celtics actually, and that's the matchup we got with the Warriors winning. I was right on the money. I just thought the Warriors everybody was sleeping on them, and I felt good enough with them healthy, with that crew healthy. And then the others, I wasn't expecting the others to be as good, Jordan Poole and Wiggins, and they were phenomenal. Can those two, we kind of hit on Wiggins, can Jordan Poole kind of make that happen again? Because they're going to need those two guys, I feel like, along with that other 3.
Yeah, well, Jordan Poole kind of had sort of a slow start to this season, and we expected a lot because he signed that big contract, and he performed so well in the finals. He had those like buzzer beaters, and came straight off with the death lineup and everything like that. And then now, and then he picked up some momentum. So I think what they're going to have to do is rely on him some, because Steph, I mean, that game 4, where he went off for, 43 points against, in Boston. I mean, he can't just do that, every so often during, the playoffs. It's just, I mean, we obviously know now he's clutch, there was no question in my mind. I mean, I think what are they going to say now? Jordan Poole's going to have to step in and, fill a little bit of that. And what if Wiggins isn't up to speed,
Or he's not in shape. I mean, this guy hasn't played basketball in over a month. You can be in shape and not be in basketball.
2 months. So where are they going to get that extra fill from Dante DiVincenzo, Jonathan Kuminga? Because remember, Jonathan Kuminga didn't really play that much basketball, playoff basketball last year. And so now he's had such a bigger role, and they don't have James Wiseman. Remember in the beginning of the season, they were talking James Wiseman. Remember next year, they're going to have James Wiseman back and Clay's going to play a full year. Clay obviously solidified himself, with the 300 threes, the only player to do that this year. And so now, we've got the 3 key guys, obviously, but Jonathan Kuminga is going to have to play a bigger role on defense. And so, we've got Dante now, who's going to have to fill, and he's been key on defense this season. It's just our road record has been abysmal.
I don't think you need to stress the road record, to be quite honest. I mean, they've got enough experience. They're champions. I don't think they stress the regular season that much. So if they lose some road games, it ain't the same as playoff road games. I think that's where Sacramento's going to have a bit of a problem. I like the Sacramento team too. They're fun to watch, but I'm not going to bet against Steph and company. We talked about it a little bit last week, Nick, about the top 4 teams having issues, and we can see any of those top 4 losing. I think that's the main one right there. I think Golden State actually wins this series and gets past Sacramento.
Yeah, I was gonna. We're gonna make our predictions in this one just a second. So I don't know what Tanner's smoking here or what he's drinking, but Jesus, he thinks this is the matchup as the West winner. I don't, and I'll get to when we make some other picks here a little bit later. I'll give you who I know.
Hey, Doug.
He's drinking too much. Shout out, Doug. He says go Warriors as well, and he's hello for everyone from Orlando, Florida,
Orlando, right?
Frisco, Oakland. So welcome. And then Jesus out here just trying to get on my goddamn nerves already. I mean, enough with this Keegan Murray slander. I just said there'll be no Keegan Murray slander in this program. So Nick Craig coming in here as well.
I love it.
What's up, Greg?
Tanner says he's detoxing from still detoxing after his trip to Milwaukee. So we'll see.
I love it.
You might want to drink some whiskey if you're thinking that this series. So Gina, how far? I'm sure you got the Warriors here winning this one, but how far can they go?
Yeah. Hey, Frankie, what's going on? Yeah. I don't like to particularly jinx. Of course, I always say we're going all the way, finals, run it back. I want a rematch with Boston. I want to show why we won again. Like, we're superior. This is what we do. And I just made that prediction earlier this week. I said, fuck it, let's go Boston again. And I want to get through Sacramento, and then let's see who the next matchup is. Because at first I was saying fuck it, let's go Clippers, I'm sorry, Suns. And then I was like, oh, that KD matchup kind of scared me a little bit, because I'll be honest, I really didn't think, I was like 7 games, that could go 7 games, but I'm kind of glad, Sacramento first. It's now I'm kind of scared of saying, yeah, we're gonna go all the way, because I'm
this bold. West is a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet.
It is. It really is. Because I think East, at first I'm like, the Sixers, I'd really like to see Embiid go farther than he has, because I thought 2019 would have been, his year, with that Kawhi Leonard, dip in the basket. Yeah, I was I was crying for, not really, but I was crying. I was feeling for him, when he's crying down the tunnel, and I was like, damn. But of course, that was Warriors supposed to win against the Raptors. But yeah, I think the West is way more hardcore than the East.
Absolutely.
How far you got the Warriors going? You got them in the finals then?
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's just say it. I just don't want to jinx it.
Hey, I'll say it for you. Gina's got the Warriors in the finals. We'll talk about the East in just a minute, but you got the Warriors in the finals. Johnny, you said Warriors in this matchup, and how many games?
I think it goes 6. I think it's going to be a fun series, but I just think Golden State's experience is going to wind up winning it for them. I wish the Kings would have had any other matchup besides the defending champs, you know what I mean, for their first time in a long time to make the playoffs. But it is what it is. But yeah, I think they'll give Golden State a bit of a run for their money. But I think Golden State wins it in 6.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Johnny. Actually, I have I love this. I told you I love this Kings team. They're young. They're up and coming. I would rather have them play another young team like the Grizzlies or even the Nuggets or somebody. But the Warriors is too gritty. Been there, done that. They wrote the damn book pretty much here in this decade. They've been to 6 championships in the last 10 years, I think, right? Maybe 5.
6 and 8, and won 4 of them.
Okay, so I got Warriors here as well. Craig says Warriors in 6. Kings show how good they are and talented, but experience wins this one. Exactly. Craig took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I'm hammering home the Warriors here. I'm giving it to the Warriors in 6 here as well. Craig mentioned this one up here. I wanted to flash this comment up because this is the next series. I think the best series.
Warriors in 5, by the way.
All right.
Wow.
So Craig said if the matchups were any different, he'd have Clippers and Suns in Western Conference, but the fact that one of them will be bounced in the first round is big. I think so too. Me and Johnny talked a little bit about this on the Scott Cobe show. Please check out that B-rated show, the Scott Cobe show, if you get a chance. I mean, if you got 20 minutes of your life, you can give Scott Cobe just a nice follow and watch his stuff. But this Suns, let me ask you, Suns, Clippers, Johnny. I mean, this matchup's the most intriguing matchup in the first round on both sides.
Yeah, I think this is the one that Tanner was really thinking about when he said that the winner of this matchup might go to the finals. It sucks that it's a first round matchup, but it's gonna be interesting to see. But I'm not gonna bet against KD, especially now with Booker teamed up with Booker. I think the Suns are gonna be too much. I expect Phoenix to go pretty far in the Western Conference Finals.
What you got, Gina? What's your thoughts here early on the Suns Clippers?
You know, given you got to take into consideration, I mean, the Mavericks beat the Suns last season without KD. With KD, they are undefeated, right? Oh, God, this is tough. I mean, I expect them to beat the Clippers. When's Paul George coming back? This series or next series if they make it, right?
I was about to say they might not be in next series. So
That's what I'm saying. So I've got the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
And how many games?
I'm gonna go 5. I think Kawhi and them get one.
You're only giving the Clippers 5 games?
Huh? No, Suns.
I mean, the Clippers only going to win 1 game?
Yeah.
I'm saying 7. I think this is gonna be a nice long series.
Wow, Gina.
She said the Suns are just gonna bitch slap the Clippers.
That's a gentleman's sweep, Gina.
Yeah, I know.
That's like, hey, thanks for the hooker. I'm going to give you
thanks for coming.
You know what I mean?
Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.
Come on, KD has two rings and 2 Finals MVP. He's going to be in playoff mode.
He's going to be on a mission, bro.
I get that, and I think the Suns. I think whoever wins this series is going to make it to the finals. I just do. I think both these teams, because I think Paul George can come back maybe at the game 6 or 7.
I agree with Scott right there.
So Scott's saying, tell CP3 to stay home because he pisses. He does. He got to stay healthy. But hey,
he don't got to be the man though on this team.
Don't have to be.
Right.
Don't have to. Hey, and KD is good enough. Gina knows he can walk in and get you 30 any night. Don't even have to put up 20 points. Doesn't even have to shoot the ball 20 times.
Right.
Like, he's very efficient. You have another guy, Devin Booker. DeAndre Ayton is now your 4th best player, and he's a good interior guy. They don't have a lot of depth, and that's where I think the Clippers can win some of these games. I mean, it took a little bit. Russ is playing a lot better with them now, and they have when Kawhi Leonard is fully healthy, which he is right now, knock on wood, he goes to the NBA Finals, and his team wins. Ask Gina. Ask her. Go ahead, Gina. Hey, the man single-handedly beat you Warriors.
Chris Thompson goes down with an ACL tear and Kevin Durant goes out with an Achilles.
That was game 5 and 6, though. I mean,
Game 6, yeah.
Game 6.
So
Kawhi is a killer, and when he is healthy, I mean, 2 years ago, tore his ACL, and that team was in the Western Conference Finals.
So,
he can stay healthy.
All right. Oh, okay. I'll give you 6 games. All right.
And over here just bitch slapping Kawhi Leonard, telling him he's a punk ass bitch. giving him 5 games. The disrespect, Gina.
Okay, I'll give you 6. 6 fucking games there, but not 7. And the reason why is 'cause I don't think. Look, Westbrook played a good game the last time I saw him play. That's about it. I mean, he's consistently inconsistent.
Well,
All right.
Well, that's Russell Westbrook for you.
Right. He's been playing better on the Clips than the Lakers.
Well, I hit that matchup with him and LeBron, and I've said it before, never worked out well.
No,
he gets to
it
kind
did
of
not.
be himself more with the Clippers, that he gets to be that ball control, and then you got Kawhi. I'm giving the Suns. I like the Suns in 7. It'll be interesting if PG comes back. But again, the winner of this series, this is the biggest toss-up of this the whole first round to me. The winner of this series makes the playoff or makes it to the finals. I'm going Suns, baby. I got the Suns. KD, as long as everybody's healthy, there's dynamic. Kevin Durant. I feel like he's still disrespected. I don't ever feel like he gets enough of the help that he needs or the notoriety that he gets.
KD?
Yeah. I still think he's underrated. I feel like people still sleep on him.
I agree. He's still one of the best players. But I put Steph over him as of last season after the championship. Officially. After what Steph did last season.
I get it.
I give you that. Yeah, I get that too. But as far as
some respect
talent,
on that boy's name.
I gave the man his flowers all last year, but to say right now,
a
better than
top 5
Kevin
player
Durant
all time. KD could be a top 5 player all time.
Yes,
KD is that good.
KD is great.
Yeah.
I love KD. Just because of the shit that went down with the Warriors, I'm not one of those salty ass Warriors fans. I'm like, I love what he did. If he wants to come back, come on back.
So we got some comments coming in.
True that, Taryn.
That's true, Craig. Yeah.
And then Tanner agrees with you. He's out here agreeing with you. He said Steph carried Durant.
It was the perfect pairing, yo. It was
the perfect pairing. Well, because Durant is not the ultra ego guy.
Right.
Put it this way. They both were, I think, the top duo we've seen in recent history.
I might give you that. With Clay, they might be the best threesome ever. And then Draymond might be the best.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I would almost give him that. The Slim Reaper is always a top 5 player when healthy. It says Tehran. Hey, exactly. Durantula, the Slim Reaper, whatever you want to call him. Craig out here saying kind of he's on your side, Gina. Durant never won without Steph. Well, hey, wait till this year.
I mean, it's true, but no, it's no hate on Durant. I love KD, but
perfect.
And thanks, Taryn, for
didn't have to take the top spot. Right. But Durant could and he can't. Like he can do it when he wants to take over a game. But I think what makes him so great is, I can pick my spots. I can get me a bucket whenever we need it. I'm gonna let y'all do you. I'm gonna do me. But I just want to hoop, and I think that's what's great about him.
Bro, he's one of the most efficient scorers.
Very
ever,
efficient,
bro.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
So,
and the clutch situations. I think back to the 2017, 2018 finals, and I'm like those 3-point daggers, and I'm just like, and they all like looked at each other like, "Hey, you're the man!" Like that was a team feeling. Like as a fan, I was just like, "Oh my god," and I hate those narratives of like, "Well, they went to go get KD, but they were already a 73-9 team." Like, so what? Excuse me. So what? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? They won one, and then they were a 73-9 team. Like, KD wanted a chip too. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Fuck the narratives.
I don't like that he joined the Warriors, but I got respect for Durant. I got, like I said, I got
two rings.
I got the Suns here. In 7, again, as the shirt says, as my man Macho Man, the cream always rises to the top, baby. So we got a question here before we get into the next.
Taryn's got a big question.
Is Curry, Clay, and KD a better trio than LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh?
Well, did Bron and D Wade and Bosh lose any finals?
Yes, they did to the Mavericks.
And to the Spurs.
And the Spurs, yep.
Yeah, I would say so. I think so.
Yeah, because I think KD and LeBron kind of even out. You know what I'm saying? Or they
I would take
the wash almost there.
KD over Bosh and Wade. I love Dwayne Wade, and I was never a big Chris Bosh fan, but Wade was never a shooter, really. He's a slasher, guy who can get you to the basket. Not a great shooter. LeBron's still not a great shooter. When you're talking about Curry and Clay, you're talking about two of the greatest shooters of all time. Mm-hmm. And KD.
Just throw in KD.
Yeah, and then you just add KD, who's a better shooter than those other three guys too.
So, I know that, counting the 2019, I know they lost against the Raptors, but I still say, and I know injuries are a part, because I would be a hypocrite if I say, well, they're injured, this, that, and the other. But realistically, Clay and KD don't go down with ACL and Achilles. I think we win that series. But we'll never know. But I still say they're ahead above.
That's hard to argue. You know what I'm saying? Because that was such a loaded team. It was such a great team.
It's not like Toronto had all that much. It's not they were going on a three-peat. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that that Raptors team and Kawhi, people forget how good that team was.
No, the team was good, but
they went on a fucking run.
Bro. It was Kawhi, bro.
Yeah, they were on a run.
Special, bro.
Do I think that Warriors probably pulled out? Yeah, probably because eventually some of those guys, Freddie VanVleet and a couple of those guys, they're going to come back down to earth a little bit. But
VanVleet undrafted, he had a hell of a year. But Clay in third quarter before he went down was up 30 points. It was Game 6 Clay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have pulled out that win, but shit happens. It wasn't meant to be. And hey, the Raptors got their first fucking, chip. So
they're one and only. Yeah,
I was about to say they're one and only. They better enjoy it.
They're not going to get another one.
we talked about LeBron. We got the 2 seed Memphis taking on LeBron, who they won the other night.
Lakers are winning that. It's LeBron.
You got Lakers just hands down. What do you got the Lakers in?
I bet she wants to say 5 again.
I bet you want to say sweet.
I'm going to say 6.
You got the Lakers in 6.
I love Ja. Okay, I hate Ja and I love Ja, but I love Ja more than I hate Ja, but he's going to put on a show.
Ja on the court, great. Ja off the court, somebody needs to babysit him. Yeah, you babysit. Yeah. You said before the show you're babysitting your nephew, Gina. They need to hire you to babysit Ja.
Exactly right.
Because the man needs somebody off the court to watch him. Tell him, hey, dummy, don't do that. We got a game to play tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a phenomenal player, and he's a showstopper. It's funny because Luka has all the accolades, but Ja is the one that I love to watch. So yeah, I see at least them coming out with a couple of wins. Sure, you can't LeBron. I hate him, but he's such a phenomenal player. You
gotta respect him.
Right? Yes, I respect him. No matter what, those fucking guys pulled out that win, man. So I can't hate on his play, as a player. And the guy's getting old as fuck, but he's probably going to be, the same next year. He's going to be pulling out those wins. He's going to be like, AD, better get your act together, Mr. Glass.
That's the key right there. Is he going to play every game? Is he going to be able to stay healthy throughout the whole series? If he does, I think this is another one where the lower seed is gonna knock off the top. And I love Ja, but I think too much drama and stuff that's going on there. If LeBron and AD are healthy, they're gonna get past them. I say I want to say 5, but I'll say Memphis wins a couple, and I'll say the Lakers in 6, bro.
So Tanner's saying LeBron back in the playoffs. It's gonna be playoff LeBron time. Went missing for a bit,
bro. And he got some time off. I mean, I know he was injured, but he got some time off, so he's rested, bro.
We apologized to Anthony Davis last week. Me and Johnny did because we a while ago we said that we didn't see the Lakers maybe even making the playoffs with LeBron out. AD held the fort down, got them. Not even they got to the 7th seed, and he at one point weren't even in the play-in game. Like got it to where, but then they won the other night. I said this again on the B-rated Scott Cope show. You got LeBron James, one of the 3 greatest basketball players of all time. No matter how you want to rank them, to me, MJ, Kobe, LeBron. I'll always say the answer to me is always Jordan. After that, I don't care. But you won't convince me any otherwise that Jordan's not the greatest player of all time. But LeBron, if you want to make a case for LeBron, he's got all the accolades. He's done it all. And then you got Anthony Davis, when healthy, is one of the top 10 best basketball players of all time, or not all time, but in this league, one of the top, 75.
He could be top 5 in this league if he's healthy. With his talent?
Yes, he's very talented. They got those trades that they made have increased and bettered this team. They finally got some shooters, which that's what Russ was never, when they had Russ Westbrook. One thing Russ can never do is be a shooter. He's not a 3-point shooter. LeBron's always needed shooters. They went out and got some. This team is ready to go. The Grizzlies have had this rocky thing with Ja on and off the court.
Yeah.
Derek, I love Dylan. I know Dylan Brooks. He has found his role, and that villain role. Yep. And I buy into this role. Steven Adams is still kind of hurt for the Grizzlies as well. I'm with you guys. I am going to give it to the Lakers in 6 here. I'm hammering the Lakers in 6.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And that's what I meant when I mentioned Steven Adams, like you said, on the B-rated Scott Cole show. Shout out to Scott Cole. Much love. Yeah, that's what I meant with him being injured for Memphis. Like I said, if Anthony Davis is healthy, bro, that's they're gonna be formidable, bro.
So Craig's saying the Lakers might be Lakers in 7, but he thinks they'll run out of gas maybe in the next round, which could be possible. So
yeah, the next round would be so tough. LeBron could probably get through it, but I don't know about the other guys. I mean, LeBron's built to last.
Right.
Pause.
Yeah. I mean, Tanner's saying, tell me who else can go back to back to back to back and so on to the finals consistently. That shit wears on. It does. LeBron's, he's 38, I think. But he's got, miles on his body, NBA miles, but all them trips to the finals and deep runs. Yeah. So he's no fresh, young spring chicken anymore. Taryn says AD could be better than Giannis if he wasn't so injury prone and had better. I agree. Yeah. I think Giannis is great. But
he's listed as one of the top 75 in the NBA.
Yeah. I think if AD could ever stay healthy, but that's a big if. Same with Joel Embiid, same thing, right? Like always, there's always a time where his body gives out on him, and it's usually right around this time. So we got the last matchup, the 1 versus 8 seed out in the West here. We got the Nuggets, and then whoever you guys got winning tomorrow. I like OKC to kind of win that to beat the T-Wolves tomorrow. A lot of people don't like the Nuggets, Gina. Are you high on the Nuggets? Are you taking are you taking the Thunder to kind of upset them, or who you got winning tomorrow night?
I'm not a fan of the Nuggets. But they might get through the first round. They probably will. No, they will. They will. They will. The first round. They always choke, so they'll get through the first round.
Yeah, I'm with Gina on that one. As much as I like OKC, I think OKC wins tomorrow, by the way. And I like OKC. We talked about Gillis Alexander earlier, but I think the Nuggets, they'll win their round or two. And then they'll fade out, but they'll definitely win this one. I'd say 5 games, honestly. As much as I would love OKC to win more, I think it's just 5 games.
Yeah, Tanner, when nobody was talking, we said not Giannis's work ethic. We were talking about AD's work ethic.
Right. If
Not
AD was healthy
AD's.
and had Giannis's work ethic, yes, he would.
Yes,
he would
that
be
right.
he would
more
be-
talented.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
I agree.
Not
I
Giannis's
would
work
take
ethic.
Giannis every day of the week because of those couple of things that we just said. But if AD is healthy and put in that work,
Right.
he's way talented, bro.
Exactly.
So, Allen's got the upset here. He's saying he's picking the Thunder to beat the Nuggets in 7.
Nice. It's going to be an interesting series. It's going to be a fun series, I think. But I think Denver is just going to be too much.
Craig's got the T-Wolves tomorrow night beating the Thunder. I got the Thunder winning tomorrow night, but I got the Nuggets. I'm going to say 5. I think Jokic has got to be on a mission. I mean, he's got the 2 MVPs, but he's got to make a deep run here. He needs
help, though. He needs help.
Jamal Murray, come back to the bubble. Jamal Murray, get back in the bubble. Jamal Murray, when he was in the bubble,
just stay healthy, bro.
Like, he's got to be. Porter Jr., get healthy and let's go. Come on, Denver. They also got Aaron Gordon. I hate when people say they got dudes. They just need to show up. Maybe they just got dudes with names, and those names need to perform. That's the thing. But I'm hammering home the Nuggets here in 5.
I'm with you.
They should get through the first round.
I would like to see them in the Western Conference Finals. They would, I guess, in the next round, Gina, by our calculations, they would play your Warriors. Right? No, or the Lakers. I guess they would play the Lakers.
Oh,
and then it would be Warriors and the Suns by our calculations in the next round.
Yeah.
The Nuggets could beat the Lakers. They could get to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, I mean, who's really, stopping Jokic? I mean, we can, but we did.
Let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll go 1-8 here. The Bucks which I hope is the Bulls win tomorrow. I mean, Taryn agrees with me. Says Bubble Jamal Murray was different. He was. Gina, can the Bulls?
So was TJ Warren, and where's he?
Yeah, where's TJ Warren at? Yeah. Who you got? Does the Heat or the Bulls have a chance against the Bucks in the first round?
Only if playoff Jimmy shows up.
Well, they got to beat the Bulls tomorrow. Jimmy Butler can get, Jimmy. I mean, dog.
And Jimmy didn't really play that well. Kyle Lowry did. But
in the play-in game against Atlanta. Yeah.
So you got the Heat winning tomorrow?
Yeah.
Beat the Bulls.
I got the Heat winning.
I want to pick your Bulls, Nick, but I think the Heat win that game as well. I love playoff Jimmy. But I don't think that's going to be enough. This isn't, 5 years ago when they were able to stop, the
Bulls, the Heat were in the Eastern Conference Finals, took the Celtics to 7 games, and were one little small bucket away from winning. Remember, Jimmy shot a 3 and just missed it.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
I mean, I think they'll get there in the playoffs. I just,
But what do you got them? You got the Bucks. The Bucks handle the Heat still?
If everybody's healthy, if Middleton is healthy and everybody's healthy, I think they win in 6. I'll give the Heat 2 games, and I like Miami, but I just think Milwaukee's a bit too much, man. As long as they're all healthy.
What about you, Gina?
Miami just doesn't have it anymore. He built a brick house against Atlanta. Yeah, you know what the thing is that I think they need another piece. They need to update their roster. Yeah. The Heat. They need to update their roster.
Where's Oladipo at?
Yeah, where is he?
Exactly. Right. Sitting on the milk carton.
Right. Something ain't right. I don't know what I got them in.
I got the Bulls with it. I'm kind of with Craig. I'm praying for the Bulls tomorrow night, but Jimmy Butler is still my favorite player in this league.
I really like Jimmy. He's
my favorite. He is my absolute favorite player in this league. Just because the man does more with less. You know, there's guys that have far greater talent than Jimmy Butler, but by God, Jimmy Butler will go out and get you. He'll do everything. He'll guard your best player. He'll do everything he can. I hope the Bulls win tomorrow, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter. I think the Bucks handle both these teams in 5. So I'm rolling with the Bucks here in round 1.
It's got to be the Bucks. I'd be shocked if it wasn't the Bucks.
I was going to say they better step up, right?
Yeah. I mean, why do you have Bam on your team if he's not going to fucking help?
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't he Defensive Player of the Year like 2 years ago?
Yeah. And then they got signed to a huge contract. Then you got the 2 seed, the Boston Celtics, taking on the aforementioned Atlanta Hawks that we just spoke about. Boston's Scott's Celtics. They should be able to beat this.
I mean, I'll give Atlanta 1 game, but I think Boston is on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I like Boston to go pretty far, so I think they take care of them in 5.
I think it's a sweep.
I think so too. I think it's probably a sweep, 5 or sweep. It's either a sweep or gentleman's sweep. I'm rolling with the Boston Celtics here. I don't like this Atlanta team. It seems like they got some off the court problems here with Trae Young as well. Boston with Margon Brogdon, he has been that steady point guard that they've needed. I've said all last year, Marcus Smart is great. I love it. Another dog, great dude, great dog, but not a great point guard. So, Rod what's up, man? What's up, fellas? I see you got my sis on. What up, Gina? He says.
Yep.
So
that's one of my co-hosts on my podcast.
All right, and then we got the Sixers, the 3 seed, the Sixers versus the Nets. I got this another sweep here. The Nets, the only reason they're in the playoffs is for everything they built up in the first half. After that trades, they just ain't it ain't it.
I'll be surprised if the Nets get a win out of it. I think it's going to be another sweep.
I'm going to give the Nets a win.
A game?
I think they'll get a game.
Johnny feels bad.
Maybe Harden doesn't show up a game. That's it. Harden or Embiid gets
like that. Or, you know what I'm saying? The kids from the Nets wind up having a great shooting night. And that's similar to the Atlanta thing. You know what I'm saying? In one game, Atlanta can step up and Trey can go crazy and whatever. But to win 4 games in a 7-game series, that's hard. So I think the Nets will take 1 though.
What's John Randall saying? What is this? Globetrotters over Generals and 4.
You got the I think so we're all in on the 76ers. Craig's got Hawks and Nets to make it a 6-game series. That's kind of surprising. I don't see that. Mikal Bridges was held back.
Absolutely, Brian. I agree with that.
He's
balling, bro. He's balling.
Yeah. He's balling. When you get to be the man, though, and just you don't have to defer to anybody. You get to go out there and just kind of, Lakers. Rod, that was like 18 minutes ago, man. We're talking Lakers.
It's all good.
It's all good, brother.
Lakers are his team.
I'm about to say we all agreed with you too.
Yeah,
we did. We agreed with that.
We all had the Lakers. Then we got the final matchup. I think the most interesting matchup here on the Eastern side, and that's the Knicks, Johnny's Knicks versus the Cavs, the 4-5 matchup. Johnny, can your Knicks they get to the second round? I mean, that hasn't been done in a long time in New York.
Yeah, they can. I don't know that they will. I think a lot of it's going to be on Randall's health. And I got to go. As much as I want to give the Knicks this series, I'm going to have to say Cleveland is 6. I just think Cleveland's going to have too much for the Knicks. I don't know if Julius Randle's going to stay healthy. I don't know if he's going to show up in the playoffs. So I'll say Cleveland is 6.
Teron says Cavs in 7. Gina, what you thinking here in this matchup here?
Ooh.
Randall's hurt. Randall's out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been hurt for a bit. They're hoping he got an ankle injury. They're hoping
Yeah,
that he
it's
can
the
get
ankle.
back, but
Man.
I mean, the other kids have been stepping up. The other kids have been playing, but
hey, Jalen Brunson, baby.
Yeah. That's tough. Cavs really good this year.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. What seed are they?
The 4 seeds, 4-5. 4-5 matchup.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna say 5. Cavs in 5.
Cavs in 5. All right. Here's my scenario here. Hey, this man just passed away. The captain of the Knicks, Willis Reed. R.I.P. Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. We
in homage to Willis Reed, goes to Game 7. Who hobbles onto the court? None other than Julius Randle, baby, and the New York Knickerbockers. Get it done. Johnny's Knicks win Game 7 as Julius Randle, the new captain of the New York Knickerbockers, comes out on the court, hobbles on out of the huddle. We didn't think we'd see him, and there he is. He puts up 8 points, 8 rebounds, and the Knicks get the
win. That would be hella exciting, bro.
I know, that would be. I learned so much about him when he passed too. I was like, wow, I didn't realize like all this shit had happened, I like read up on him.
So Terrence says he thinks Mitchell and Garland too much to handle for the Knicks.
I agree. I think Jalen Brunson's gonna ball out, but I agree with him on that.
Yeah. Mitchell's playing like he's the best shooting guard. He is. I mean,
and he's pissed off too because he wanted to go to New York.
Yeah,
and Quickly they wouldn't give up RJ Barrett. So
yeah, Quickly. RJ Barrett, he's got to get going, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Jesus, you were going to be a stud. Gina.
He was drafted in the same class as John Zion.
Yeah, he was the number 3 pick.
Yeah.
It would be the Knicks to miss on Zion and John.
I mean, really, are you missing out on Zion, though, right now? I mean.
I think he'd be in better shape if he was in New York.
Hey, he'd be eating all that New York-style pizza instead of eating all that Cajun food, all that damn Cajun food down there.
You're bad.
He wanted to go to the Knicks, so that's the thing. Like we talked about earlier, he didn't want to go to New Orleans, bro.
Yeah, get rid of Dolan.
Yeah, get rid of Dolan. Agreed, Rod. Yeah. Gina, we'll let you go ahead and get out of here before we talk a little UFC to end the show. Where can everybody find the lovely Miss Gina at?
Thank you. You can find me at Gina Reppin' the Bay Productions on YouTube. I'm all over social media. You can just search me, Gina Reppin' the Bay. Thank you, Taryn. Thank you guys for whoever jumped on. And also, if you want to find me, just ask the guys right here, Hawkins and Johnny Cruz. They know how to get a hold of me. Thank you guys so much. It's always awesome talking to you guys.
We appreciate it, Gina. It's been a pleasure as always. We'll catch you next time. We'll catch your Warriors. We'll see how the Warriors in touch. Everybody, the lovely Miss Gina Bay, baby. Yeah. Thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
Hey, we're gonna get you that John Morant babysitting job.
Sure, I'll teach him a couple things.
I bet you will, girl. We'll see you, Peter. Thank you.
She's awesome, dude.
Johnny, we kind of were talking off camera. Initial thoughts, UFC 287. Izzy sets the trap, he says. Knocks out cold-blooded. Alex Pereira. I mean, amazing fight. What was your thoughts on the? We got to start with the main event. What was your thoughts on the main event?
I wasn't expecting it to end that quickly and that way. But like I mentioned to you earlier, I was able to watch the November fight right before this, so you can kind of see it coming. Izzy was getting that straight right hand through. And like you said, he set him up, and yeah, man, it was definitely a bit surprising. But then again, he was dominating the other fight, and then you know what I'm saying, Alex just caught him at the end with those those nasty punches there at the end of the November fight to win that one. But No, Izzy was ready for him, and he talked about himself being a dog, which we didn't like.
Yeah, we were dead wrong. Hey, first of all, we owe an apology. We owe an apology to Israel Adesanya. Hey, I always tell you, I'm gonna tell you when I'm right, and we have to admit when we're wrong. And we were dead wrong on that one.
Right. I mean, we were wrong about it, but at the same time, I still didn't like saying if you got to call yourself a dog, then
sometimes you get to call yourself a dog and be a dog because the man was a dog.
But he definitely showed up, and like you said, he set homeboy up perfectly, and and then all the theatrics afterward when you explained it to me about homeboy's son.
Again, was said. Hey, first of all, he knocks him out. I mean, just the 3 arrows to him, and that was because when Pierre comes out, he does the little arrows and shoots at people. So just as him standing over Pierre shooting the arrows is just cold blooded. And then I told you. Hey, I'm a petty person. Hey, my wife calls me Petty Betty all the time. Says, you're a Petty Betty is what she says. And I wish I was as petty and had the memory, the presence of mind for Israel to find his son. So the backstory is, I told you when Izzy got knocked out in Brazil, cold-blooded, like knocked out, Pierre's son, who was about 6, 7 at the time, walks into the ring and just flops on the ground, was mocking him with the knockout. Izzy remembers that. We're talking 8 years later, almost years later. Right. And he finds his son, points to him, and then just falls on the ground. I mean, absolutely cold-blooded. I thought it was I didn't know what it was. I was like, shit, why did he fall out like that? Then he talks about it in the press conference, and I was like, bro. And people are mad. They're like, oh, that's just a kid. Why would you do that, kid? Nah, Johnny, what do we always say on this program? What goes around comes around, baby.
Right.
You're going to get got eventually. And that kid learned a valuable lesson. Hey, you're going to talk some shit, you're going to get some shit talked to you. Doesn't matter what age you are.
Absolutely. That's a life lesson right there for that young man. At first, I was on the same thing, though. I was like, damn, why are you going after his kid? That's foul. But then when you told me the backstory, it's like, nah, that Shorty deserved it. You know what I'm saying? At 6, 7 years old, you're going to come inside and try to disrespect an MMA fighter like that, getting knocked out. So he gave it right back to him, man. He deserved it, man.
The presence of mind. I don't know if I would have the presence of mind.
I can be petty.
Yes.
But that's
ultra level petty.
Right. That's a top notch petty right there.
Especially you got to think all the emotions he going through. You just knocked out a dude who you haven't beat. He was 4-0 against you. Or wait, 3-0 against you. You never beat him. You finally beat him. Not just beat him. You ain't pointed to death. You knocked him out cold. The motherfucker ain't know where he was at. Right. You knocked him out so cold he didn't know where he was at. Right. And you're just, to me,
all kinds of disrespect.
Just oh man, I was like, God, dude, I picked Alex to win because of the whole dog collar thing. I told you that changed my mind. But the man wore his dog collar out to the ring until they took it off. Absolutely. Craig kind of said it here. Izzy reminded everybody he's one of the best counter strikers in the game right now. Yeah.
And when we talked about it last week, I was like, homeboy is 7-1 going up against this kid with 20-something wins. And then you explained the whole history of it to me. But, Izzy showed why he a champ. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To remember what he did in that first fight and then to set homeboy up like that, like we talked about earlier, I was surprised at how aggressive Alex came out. But that's who he is, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? He caught it, bro. He caught it bad, bro.
He said it. Izzy said, I set the trap for him. I got up against the cage just like last time. And boop. Knocked him out.
If he would have had more time in that round in the first fight, I think he knocks him out.
Yeah. Remember, I told you that.
He was almost done, right? Yeah. And then he ran out of time. And even earlier in that first round of the last fight, with like 3 minutes, that straight right, the homeboy couldn't stop that straight right from coming, bro. So,
Craig does have a part. Is he not an up-and-comer? He calling himself a dog. Is he had to remind people who he is? Is he? He's cleaned out the whole division. I told you that. This is why Alex got that straight shot pretty much. Right. Fast track to the title. Now it looks like you kind of asked me off air what's kind of next for both of these guys. Alex Piera kind of come out and said he's going to 205. So who knows who's next for Izzy? We don't really know. There's been some names kind of floated out, but we're not too sure yet. But Alex, after the fight, because hey, that motherfucker is a big motherfucker. I mean, big motherfucker. And how he cuts down to 185 is beyond me, whether he does it for 10 seconds or not. But he'll now fight at 205 in the light heavyweight title. Absolutely.
It'll probably be better for him.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just natural. I mean, he just looks so much bigger, you know what I'm saying, than the other dude. So, I mean, 205, that might be a good thing for him to move up. And not for nothing, but getting knocked the fuck out like that's a lesson right there. You know what I'm saying? You need to work on that defense a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for the straight right, because he had no defense for that at all, bro.
Well, you got to think too, when you cut down that much weight, you're taking all your energy, your power, you're zapping yourself. Right. And I know you're rehydrated going into the fight, but you're still never fully, back into what you would be if you didn't have such a severe weight cut.
Right. Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely, man. So I'm interested to see what he does in the light heavyweight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's going to be.
He's heavy-handed like a motherfucker, bro.
I told you last week. They said Eugene Behrman, Izzy's coach, said they don't know how he got so much power because the way he throws punches. They're like, we don't understand.
Right.
But hey, they understood something. And it was a hell of a fight. I tip my cap to Izzy. I put the tweet out on Sunday. Said, hey, sometimes I'll tell you when I'm right and I'll tell you when I'm wrong. We was wrong about that one. Tip the cap to Izzy. I mean, absolutely not. I did not see. I thought if Izzy was going to win, I thought he would outpoint him almost like a decision. But did not see a cold-blooded knockout, especially that early in the second round.
Yeah, I didn't either. Like I said, I was able to watch both of them back to back. So I saw Izzy dominating basically the first fight. So I expected a nice even matchup, but I mean, the same way I remember that straight right hand, and I was waiting for it to come out, and I didn't realize that he set him up like that. But it was just so perfectly done, bro.
It was good.
It was almost exactly like the first fight, except he had more time to knock him out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, this time he knocked him out cold. The first time he just kind of wobbled and hurt him.
Right, but then the bell went off before he could go land some more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he yeah, that was crazy, bro. That was
funny.
That
the pictures. I mean, of him doing that barrel. That's almost Ali-esque of Sonny Liston, right?
Yes.
Standing over him. That's kind of
that's all kinds of disrespectful. Bro.
Yeah, hey, it was, man, and I was here for it. I love pettiness, man. I just do.
He was due. Like you said, he had lost 3 times. You know what I'm saying? He's got his kid mocking him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's funny?
Right to be
everybody's mad at Izzy and the kid thing, but every great athlete is, you look at Michael Jordan was the most petty person in the world.
Right, he used to make shit up.
Yeah, that's how petty he was.
Right.
He ain't say shit to me. He didn't say hi to me at the restaurant. What I'm gonna go put up 50 against his favorite team. You know what I mean? Kobe's the same way. They were all petty. That's what drives them to be that petty. You know what I mean? Hey, that's what separates the really great. I'm all here for it, man. I'm all for it. I told you Gilbert Burns was going to handle Jorge Masvidal. I told you Jorge was going to retire. Called it. That's exactly what happened. Kudos. Jorge had a great career. The one fight we didn't get right. Another one we didn't go right. We went 3-2 on my picks. I gave you Jorge Rosas, man, the 18-year-old kid. He found out what it was like to go against grown men and got manhandled in the later rounds.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch much of that fight. So I told you before, I'm gonna rewatch all of that. And I got some prelims that you said that I need to check out as well. But that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, this is grown men in this ring fighting. And yes, you can give props to the young up and coming fighters, but when you got a grizzled veteran, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna lean that way, especially in a competition like this where it's just,
where it's physical, right?
Right. Where it's physical like this, you know what I'm saying? I'll go with the experienced guy.
He ended the hype train. Gutierrez said, tip my cap to him. Rojas came out on fire. I mean, just gas. I mean, I've never seen this floor all the way the first round and then just gassed out. He got Gutierrez in a choke in the first round in a rear naked, and it was like, and then Gutierrez got out of it, and it was like Rojas was like, "Oh, you didn't tap. Like this is everybody else is tapped here. Like you're supposed to. What am I doing? You didn't. The fight's still going." And then he just was in a world of hurt after that because the dude was just like, "Yeah, this is how grown men fight, bro. Like I was able to get out of your shit, and now I'm just gonna bully you because I'm 10 years older than you, and you're still a young kid. Your body's not even fully developed. So he's gonna have to get back to the lab and get a lot bigger, faster, and stronger." So.
Well, I mean, it says it right there too about the whole experience factor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once the young man saw that his, that his move ain't work, he didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with you on that one. He's gonna have to get back to the lab, and if you're destined to be that dude, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to be humbled. You know,
he got humbled.
So you can come back, better and stronger now.
Yeah, and then fight of the night for me was I told you the prelim, the main event prelim, Chris Curtis versus Kevin Gastelum. Those boys, I told you love boxing. You're going to love that fight. Just two dudes just stood and banged in the pocket. I mean, took each other's best shots for 15 minutes. Only knockdown was Curtis. He got knocked down. It was an inadvertent headbutt, and I thought the fight was going to be over. Seen stoppage for less. I think the ref saw there was an inverted headbutt and let Curtis kind of gather himself. But those boys just threw hands for 15 minutes. I mean, and it was like both boys were they're meant like steel chins. I don't know how they were still standing, but it was a hell of a fun fight. Kevin Holland got the nice win. I told you he needed a bounce back win. Yep. Nice left hook, knocked out Ponzinibbio out cold. Ponzinibbio thought it was a early stoppage. That's how knocked out he was. He was knocked out cold, got up, and thought it was an early stoppage. I was like, bro, you need to go watch the video. He was out like flat cold for a good minute and a half.
Right. You were just sleeping, bro. You were just sleeping.
Yeah, you were sleeping. You didn't know that. You didn't know that
it was one of those. You wake up from a nap and you're like, "Damn, is it tomorrow already?"
Yes, he thought it was like 5 minutes. No, like 3 seconds. No, boy, you've been down for about a minute and a half. He was knocked out cold. Nice left-handed hook there by Kevin Holland, knocked him out. It was a good fight, but overall, that Izzy. I mean, he's a showmanship man. I mean, I loved it. And new. And now he's the new champ again. It'll be interesting to see who he fights next and what Pierre does at 205. I'm excited for both those. But overall, that main event, I told you, it was good. That was a great fight.
And I'm glad you recommended watching the November fight too, because like I said, I got to watch them back to back, so it was a lot of fun, man. So I got to see 7 rounds of being on the show. That was some good fighting, man. That was a good fight.
Well, Johnny, we'll go ahead and get ready to get out of here. What you got going on the rest of the week?
I got nothing tomorrow. Friday night is wifey night, and then Saturday I got 5 o'clock with Dan Harris himself from Let's Talk Sports. We got our Let's Talk About It at 5 p.m. on Saturday, and then Sunday we got our roundtable, the premiere of our roundtable show on Sunday, and then Monday I'll be back with Let's Talk Miami. The Johnny Cruci. I got so many shows I don't even remember, bro.
Exactly.
Monday night, 8 p.m. the Johnny Cruz show. I'll be on there Monday night again. So I got a good weekend coming up.
Awesome. Yeah, this weekend I'll be back Sunday, Saturday. Going to be at the UFC fight, Kansas City. It's going to be a good fight. The main event is Max Holloway versus Arnold Allen. That's going to be a huge featherweight fight with title implications. Arnold Allen beats Max Holloway. He's getting a title shot next, so it'll be a lot of fun. And then I'll be back Sunday I'll be back home in time just for the road show or the roundtable show, and then later Sunday night it's me and talking with Bo. So it'll be a lot of fun. Talk Seattle Seahawks and things like that, and
very cool dude, bro. He's a very cool dude. You're gonna have fun with that, bro.
Looking forward to me and Bo on Sunday. Until then, it's been another great episode of the Bodkin Show. Again, appreciate Gina and all the great comments, everybody. You guys know what to do. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Y'all know, be a friend, tell a friend, like, subscribe. We'll see you later. I'm going to hit that outro for me and Johnny, Gina, everybody. It's been great. See ya.